If you're a parent, you're raising your children, what do you think your most important job is? You might want to give this one a listen. I think if you stay with me all the way through, you might agree with my viewpoint. As a parent, one of the hardest things we have to do is to watch our children fail, to see the skint knees, the disappointment, the heartache, to know that someone is treating them wrong and they're getting bullied and they're having to learn how to take up for themselves, and you can't go do it for them, or you shouldn't. You see, that whole process of growing up is about creating a young individual that others want to be around. Your job as a parent is to create a well-adjusted, happy, kind, sincere, polite person. You see, if we allow that child to be selfish, jealous, hateful, if we allow them to be disrespectful, then they're going to treat their peers that way, whether it's in daycare, kindergarten. As they grow up, it's going to become more and more increasingly difficult for them to get along in society. You see, if you don't teach your children the value of work, look, there's nothing wrong with them having chores, them having responsibilities. If they want something, teach them the value of working towards it and earning it. You certainly need to teach them to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please. Respect is the foundation of building relationships, treating people the way you want to be treated. But yet we have so many of these little entitled terrorists who believe they're in control, they run the house, they tell mom and dad what to do and not to do. You understand, your child's going to be miserable later on because people ain't going to like them. People aren't going to want to associate with them. Yeah, it's hard to teach a child respect and discipline, courtesy and kindness. But it's a whole lot harder on your child if you don't teach them those things. Now, I know I'm gonna get a little pushback from this. There's gonna be people who say, well, I don't think that you ought to discipline a child. I don't think a child should have to work. I think the child should be able to decide when they go to bed and what they have for supper. Yeah, well, that's why we're seeing the generations we're seeing. If we don't get back to those things, those core values of being a family, of mom and dad taking responsibility and helping Junior or Sis go out and live a productive life, I am truly worried for our future. It's much easier to try to be their friend. It's much easier to say, yeah, go ahead, here, have the popsicle, no, but hear me. You are condemning your child to a miserable life. Do the hard stuff up front so they can enjoy a prosperous, golden relationships the rest of their life. Have a good one.